Hey guys, the Crazy Pastor here. Been a while since we made a video. We've been on vacation, been back, and just been extremely busy. Just haven't had the time, but we're thankful to be back with you. What I want to talk about today is psychiatric drugs, psychotropic drugs, antidepressants, whatever you want to call them, and should you be taking them? So, should you? Maybe. One thing that really I'm not a big fan of medications in any way, shape, or form. Um, that's just me. I've just kind of always been that way. And I think that the best thing a person can do for themselves is if they can heal naturally and overcome their problems naturally, I think that is always the best thing to do. In our society, we've become, especially in the United States, we've become so heavily reliant and dependent on going to the doctor, give me a pill to make me feel better. And I don't know that that's necessarily a good thing. I think that, you know, just as an example, if you have hypertension, I think the best thing to do is to see if you can get your blood pressure down naturally through weight loss, through exercise, through diet. Um, and I think the same thing applies with our mental health as well. I think that antidepressants are handed out way too much. You can go and look at statistics if you want, but they keep handing them out younger and younger. And that's not necessarily a good thing. And don't hear this and don't think that I'm somehow against antidepressants. I'm on them. I've been on them for probably 17 or 18 years, somewhere around and through there. Kind of lost track of time. But so I'm not against them. But here's what I would say. You got to look at the whole big picture. With the problem that you have, whatever it is, are you functioning well? Or are you non-functioning? In my case, it got to a point where, gosh, I was, I was barely functioning. It had gotten so bad, and I needed something. I've tried to come off medications multiple times throughout the years, and I've had relapses. One time in particular, when I came off completely, I did good for a little while, but then eventually totally relapsed. We'll make a video about that sometime. But that is, I've been on them for a long time. I've tried to come off. I've had, serious problems coming off of them. And some people say that that's not relapse of illness, that is withdrawal symptoms. And that might be true. Is there a possibility that these things are addictive? Yeah, I would say there's probably a possibility. Anytime your body gets used to something, your body tends to want whatever that substance is. A quick little example is caffeine. Most Americans probably take in some form of caffeine every morning, whether it be from coffee or an energy drink or some type of soda, whatever the case might be. People want that caffeine. And if you're used to that and you all of a sudden cut that out, a lot of people end up having headaches from that. So, that's something to think about. It seems that I personally am unable to come off medication, and that's just how it is. So that's something to keep in mind. Will you always be on it? Do you really need it? Like I said, I can't answer that for you, but I truly think and truly believe that it's always best, if we are able to overcome something naturally, than to do it that way. Again, that's not knocking medications and these type of medications. There are people that absolutely need them. You know, Another example, you take a child who's had diabetes from childhood. You know, that portion of their body does not function in the way that it should. There's nothing they can do about that. They have to have insulin or some other type of medication. You know, my family has a history of mental illness problems, so there's obviously a genetic factor there. This video that we want to make, there's not really an absolute answer I can give. But I just kind of want you to think about it. If you're not on any medication and you're thinking about it, ask yourself, do I really need it? And if you do, there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't show a sign of weakness or anything like that. It doesn't show a spiritual problem, because like I said, you know, children with childhood diabetes, what can they do? You know, when the brain goes in a direction you don't genuinely want it to go, and you're trying your best and doing all the natural things that you can think of and that you can learn about and find, and it still doesn't get any better, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. The brain is an organ, just like the pancreas, just like the liver. We've talked about this in times past. And sometimes people need medication. But be careful. If you can overcome on your own, I think that is the greatest way. But if you need medicine, there's nothing wrong with that as well. I hope this video was somehow a help for you. I hope it was somehow an encouragement for you one way or the other. When we put up the title will probably be, you know, should I take psychiatric drugs or antidepressants, with a question mark. And it's going to seem like a clickbait title, because I obviously didn't give you a direct answer. The thing is, I can't give you a direct answer, and neither can anyone else. You know yourself, and so that's one of the most important things. So anyway, hope you got something from it. We got some other topics on our mind that we'll try to make videos on, try to get some things out there. So hope this was a help. Take care of yourself. If you need to reach out to me, reach out to me. You can do it in the comments or however you want. But anyway, take care. God bless.